Hello, Johnson Nation. It is Adon here with another episode of Marketing Freak. And today I'm going to share some interesting stuff with you. I think you're going to find of value. Now, one of the challenges of marketing, or when we put on the prospecting hat, which is what marketing really is a big part of marketing now, is lead generation, driving revenue, driving awareness. But we know email is a big part, right? We use our phones, we use email, we use social media. Email is a big part of the prospecting process. And some people like to advocate email first, then a phone call. And some like to say phone call, then email. Potato to potato, right? It's really up to you. But when you are prospecting, when you are putting on your prospecting hat, we want to have our information, our content, our contact information. We want to make it as the data as good as possible. I learned this the hard way. There's a couple things you can do that you don't really know. So let's say you get an email list of 100 people, right? And you send that email out. Well, if you send it out and maybe you're using Google, if a few people unsubscribe or they put it into, they say it's spam or something happens within the filters, what happens is that even though you just did a non-spammy email, it was just a prospecting email, it's just a hello, can you tell me who I speak to, or are you the person in charge of whatever? If your email provider finds that you're sending too many emails and they're dead accounts, that means the emails are dead, that they're going into spam, that they're not valid emails, what happens is your domain gets tagged. And it is a very bad thing, because if your domain is www.abc.com and your email address is, say, sales@abc.com, then if they label you, the filters label you as a spammer, regardless if you are or not, what happens is that almost every single email you send is going to go into your prospect's spam folder. And we know that nobody sees the spam folder. So therefore, you're going to sit back and go, oh, my email is not working. People aren't responding to the emails. When in fact, what it could be is that they're not even getting the emails. So it's important to recognize that we analyze, that we have good data, right? And as I said, I learned this the hard way. It was an innocent, normal email, absolutely nothing, salesy, spammy or slimy about it. But whatever reason, my assistant put out too many that day, or something happened, and it took a week or two, maybe even 3 weeks before I even clued in, because it was new to me. And so you're out there doing efforts or trying to do email marketing, trying to get lead generation, and they're not even hitting the inbox. So a few things to do to avoid this is, number one, is don't send massive amounts of emails with the same subject line, and even with the same body, but definitely with the same subject line. Send some out like that with one subject line, send some out with another subject line, and A/B test it. What does that mean? It means you create an email that you think sounds great, and then create 5 or 6 subject lines. Just like you might, if you're writing a book, you might get 5 or 6 design covers and analyze which one you like better. And sometimes, it's very close, right? This book cover is just as good as this one, or very close. So once you have some subject lines that work for you, then break them up. But that just helps, right? There's other things you can do, like make sure your email is SPF and TKIM approved. So that takes a tech guy. I have a tech guy that does that. What that does is just tells the email provider and stuff like that your email has been validated, it's legit, You're not some person in some far off country trying to get people to give you $1 million in your bank account type of thing, right? So it kind of verifies and legits the process. But what I really want to talk to you about today is email verification. So it's one thing to collect a bunch of email addresses, right? You can do that through LinkedIn. You can do that through however you do it. You can go to websites and get the email addresses. You can go to Info Canada. You can go to Info USA. You can do a whole bunch of different options. But at the end of the day, you don't know if that email, if the emails you have are valid or good. And so if you don't do what I'm about to show you, what can happen, what will probably happen at some point, is that your data is going to be bad too many times, and you're going to get flagged as a spammer, and it's almost not worth sending things anymore from that email address, from that domain, actually. So you want to avoid this. So if you're getting into email prospecting, email marketing, what you want to do is you want to validate the emails you get. So let's say you have a list of emails, and it could be 100, 200, 300. What you want to do is you want to put them through a filter that validates and says, yes, these emails are good. That means they're legit. They're not some catch-all, some junk email. They're legit. It means it goes into Adon's inbox or somebody else's. So the way to do that is to use a program. Now they're usually pretty cost-effective. There's some ones out there there's some different ones out there, and many are good. But the one that I want to show you is going to use and show you. Stop screen. I'm going to stop the screen. I want to show you another one. So what I use is a program called ClearOut. Now, it doesn't matter what program you use. What matters is that we are using we're using something, right? So I just grabbed the wrong one here. So there we go. Okay. So on the first page here, I want to show you. Sorry, I'm having some problems getting the right one. So share, and I want to use anyhow, what I'm going to do is I'm going to exit out of this, and hopefully it'll do this one for me, and I'm going to share my screen. So there we go. This should work now. So what we have here is, this is an example of, this is ClearOut. So I'm just going to show you some basic things first, and then I'll show you kind of exactly how it works. So what this is an email validation and verification service, you can see, and they claim a 98% plus accuracy rate. So, don't let the honeypots, hard bounces, or non-val emails mess with your email delivery. Validate, verify, and clean your email list in real time. So what this is going to do, this or other services like it, is it's going to take the emails you have and make sure they're legit and they're valid. So there's lots of different features here. You can look at it at your own time. This ClearOut, there's Zero Bounce. There's a whole bunch of others. Just Google Zero Bounce and they'll find their competitors, or ClearOut, you'll find their competitors. So they claim accurate results, affordable pricing, accelerated turnaround, and good on any device. So they also have integration, works well with different integrated programs. I simply don't use it for integrated, but they work with MailChimp and ActiveCampaign and a bunch of others. So what I want to do is I want to show you what this basically does. So I'll make sure you can actually see my page here. And you can't, so let me share another screen, stop the screen, and let me There we go. Okay. So we got it there. There we go. So what this is this is Cluro, and this is my assistant. So, but what we do here is we simply can add a list. And so all we do is we upload an Excel list of our prospects. You want to have first name, last name preferably, company name, and email, but you definitely want to have first name and email at the bare minimum. And you upload the list. It's going to take a few seconds. It definitely won't take too long. And what happens is that the list comes and it looks just like this. And what it's going to do is, in this case, I uploaded 377 emails. It validated 233 or 62% of them. Invalid was 46 of them or 12%. And catch-all, 81 of them or 21% were a catch-all. Now, what a catch-all is that's kind of like a random email, that doesn't really serve you too well. So what does that mean? It means if it's a catch-all, it's not Adon at, it may be info at, whatever, and it takes all these emails and puts them into one spot. So you really don't want to use catch-all because no one's going to get them. So when you upload this list, as you see here, I have a 377 emails. I have 233 that are valid. It means that it's saying they're good emails. And so that's what I want to use. And so in a matter of a few moments, literally within a minute or two, I can download in Excel that spreadsheet, and I am ready to rock and roll. Okay, so that's all you need to do. You need to focus on the email addresses, making sure that your email is set up for SPF and DKIM. I'm not a tech guy. I hired that out, but it doesn't cost too much. And you, number one, make sure that your email has a lot better chance of going into the inbox of your prospect, of the people you're reaching out to. Number two is you want to upload your list into a provider such as ClearOut, or again, there's others. They're going to validate the emails, and you just want to have valid emails. So you saw there that a 377, 266, or 255, whatever it was, were valid. So about 30% were not good, but I'm reducing my chance of being spammed and being labeled as a spammer, and those emails not going in. So this is going to help improve your delivery rate. It's going to help make sure you're not labeled as a spammer, and it's going to make sure that you have the best chance of your prospecting email go to the inbox of the decision maker. Of course, how you write the subject line, how you word your email, those all play into whether or not they reply to it. But someone can't reply to it unless it gets into their inbox. So that is an important thing about email prospecting. So when we're looking at our marketing efforts, this is something you can do to make sure that you are prospecting with the highest likelihood of success. I hope you found this of value. Marketing Freak is every Thursday at 12 p.m. Pacific. I am Adon Rigg, and you've been watching Marketing Freak. I will see you in the next episode.